In the previous shlokas, we have seen how the battle was going on between the demon and the Supreme Lord, Varaha. And in the last verse, we have seen how the Supreme Lord uses his Sudarshan Chakra to dispel some magical forces displayed by the demon. Demons create a lot of magical feats to create confusion and delusion. And the Lord used the Sudarshan Chakra to dispel all those illusions. At that time, that means the fighting was going on. Hiraṇyākṣa's last moments are coming by. At that time, the mother, she got a feeling that something is going to happen to my son. Tada Dite samabhava sahasa hridivepaduhu. Some kind of a shudder, kind of a shocking feeling went through Grudi, the heart of the mother, that is Diti. Kaśyapa's one of the wives is named Diti, and one more wife is Aditi. The children of Aditis are Adityas, are the Devatas, and the children of the Diti are demons. That means from the beginning of the creation, demons and devotee Devatas are existing, and interestingly their father is same, Kaśyapa. They're brothers actually. They're from the same family, but the fighting is always there between the Devatas and the demons. So that Diti, she got a shock, she got some kind of an indication. Smarantya Bhattura Desham. She remembered the words of the husband, a great husband Kaśyapa Muni, who foretold that Hiraṇyākṣa and Hiraṇyakashipu will be killed by none other than the Personality of Godhead Himself. Then, very surprisingly, Sthanascha Asruk Prosusrave. From her breast, the blood flowed. So by remembering the children, generally, sometimes mothers, the milk is flowed from their breasts, but then here the blood itself has came out of from this body. So not a very auspicious sign. It's a very inauspicious symptoms, and generally Purport is explaining that the blood transforms into milk. The Devatas, they take milk, and the demons, they take blood. This is the difference in, although they are the same family, brothers, you see their qualities. The qualities are the Devatas or the devotees, they know how to take the blood in a, what you call a human way, in a civilized way. How they take the transformation of the blood in the form of milk. But the demons they're very fond of this blood, and blood and the dead body, they want to consume. So Prabhupada is explaining here that drinking milk is auspicious, but drinking blood is inauspicious. Why drinking milk is auspicious? Particularly the milk of the cow. Mother can supply milk for only 6 months maximum, and maybe 1 year maximum. But after that also we require milk for the sustenance of this body. Particularly cow milk is recommended because it has a capacity to create the fine tissues in the brain, wherein one gets elevated to Sattva. He will be able to understand finer aspects of life. By drinking cow milk, simply by drinking cow milk, of course we offer it to Krishna, we get both the benefits. The body slowly evolves into sattvic body, and then because of his devotion to Krishna, gradually we transcend even Sattva also. So this is the situation. So drinking milk is auspicious. In one place, Prabhupada explains that in Kali Yuga, people don't live longer because they don't consume sufficient cow milk. They don't have proper values because they don't consume. So he recommends, Prabhupada used to recommend at least half a pound, maximum 1 pound, if somebody is very capable. Otherwise, some milk it is good to consume. Okay, so here this Vepatuhu is actually kind of a omen, some kind of a signals, Actually, this is a science. It's called omniology, where you can perceive the omens in the Prakriti all around, and a human being can realize that there is something going to happen. When Krishna was dancing on the horse of Kaliya, initially it appeared that Kaliya is actually devouring Krishna. At that time there were many symptoms. Omens appeared in the sky and on the ground and in the air. There are many omens up. There are some kind of fires. Some animals like asses are crying and they're making horrible sounds. Like that, there are some omens which indicate that something very dangerous is going to happen. These things are possible. So she also felt that yes, something is going to happen to her child Hiraṇyākṣa. So here Prabhupada is mentioning about the cow's milk. Actually, Varnashrama is dependent on cow's milk. If we want to bring back Varnashrama system into the human society, it begins with cow protection. And if ample cow milk is available, then what is known as Brahmanical culture will develop. Why? As I said, by drinking milk, there are finer tissues, sattvic qualities, and as the people move towards sattvic qualities, Brahmanical culture will manifest. So this is the scenario, but people are not interested in cow's milk, they are interested in cow's blood. They want to send the cows to slaughterhouse and then consume the blood and the meat and everything else. In fact, cow milk also has a lot of demand. Cow ghee also has a lot of demand. People want, but it's not available. So what they're doing, they're trying to manipulate some ingredients and make some cow milk. Also, cow ghee and all that. They're selling cow ghee at 150 rupees a kg, 200 rupees a kg. What cow ghee you will get? Real cow ghee, minimum some 3,000 to 4,000 rupees per kg. And it has got good qualities, even better way. And so it is nothing less than 8,000 to 10,000 rupees per kg. That's the. And some people, they don't immediately consume the cow ghee, they store it for a long time. As you store it, it becomes even more enriched with more good qualities. And then that ghees are sold at much higher prices. So people need ghee and people also need cow milk, but they're not available. Recently there is an article, they said, we have found one more milk more nutritious than cow milk. I said, wow, what is this? Because our Shastra says cow milk. So then they said that this milk is going to be 3 times nutritious than cow milk. So even more eager. Okay, what is this milk? They said it is cockroach milk. So I said, the poor cockroaches are in trouble. The human beings will now run behind cockroaches. So horrible. They unnecessarily create a propaganda against cow milk. You always say, so envious about Krishna's creation. The best milk that Krishna created is the cow milk. And because they are very envious about Krishna, they don't want to accept. Why we should accept cow milk? They're running behind cockroaches. So, but actually human society is dependent on animal products. The products which come from the animals, including cows. We cannot survive without taking services from the animals. Animals, they serve the human society. They serve they're actually playing an important role. The modern scientists, they call it as ecology, environmental balance, whatever you call ecosystem. It is clear that humans and animals, they have to coexist. And by their mutual cooperation, they can be progressive in their lives. The ultimate progress is to progress towards Krishna, and one has to ensure that there is a balance. Nature and human beings, they have to cooperate. Parasparam bhavayantaha. Bhagavad Gita says, in this world, we are all interconnected. Human beings are connected with the animals, the plants, the demigods. It's a whole ecosystem. And so, without caring for a complete system, how it is running, human beings start targeting the animals for their own enjoyment. Then what happens? They disturb the whole ecosystem. There will be devastating effects. So we cannot escape. We are dependent on the animals. For example, we want honey, right? And nice honey is having a lot of health benefits. In fact, if you go to Ayurveda, every other medicine they recommend honey. With honey you take it like that, then they recommend. Now honey comes from honeybees. Honeybees have to work hard. They go to each flower, collect little honey, bring back and put it into the honeycomb. The comb fills up. And then finally, the human being, he puts fire and takes away honey. Actually, there is a way in which you can take the honey, but don't kill the honeybees. But the human being has no such sensitivity. He is after blood. He is after the blood of the human animals. Nowadays, people are realizing that if we kill honeybees, it is going to be dangerous because honeybees does many other things, not only collecting honey, but also there is something called pollination. They ensure that, there is a pollination habits. There are crops, there are many other benefits. So now there are some societies and they're formed to protect the honeybees. There's some more organization that protecting of the sparrows. Like that you will see there are innumerable people working for protection of these various species. And one important species everybody is trying to protect is the plants, the trees. They understood that if we remove the trees, it is very dangerous to us. So, it is a fact that we are all dependent on the animals, but the human beings have to be sensitive. And one more thing is that because we are taking services from them, human beings are obligated. They have to pay back. This is called Runa. Devarshi Bhutapta Runam Pitruna. This Bhuta, that living entities, they are receiving the services. Actually, if you take service from anybody, you become obligated. There is a debt and you have to pay back. That's why we should not take service from anybody. Even in the Vaishnava community also, if we have to take service from any other devotee, that has to be authorized. Otherwise, we become obligated, and then that obligation has to be paid back. We have to pay back so many obligations. In this material world, we become obligated to innumerable living entities. Obligated to public, obligated to trees, the devatas. For example, sun god. We need not have to explain how much benefit we are deriving from the sunshine. And by the way, if we don't expose your body to sunshine, then there is a deficiency of one vitamin called vitamin D. And if a vitamin D is deficient, then you start feeling very weak. You may be eating so much, start feeling very weak. There could be some, changes in the mind. There are a lot of diseases could come. So we are so much dependent on this. So overall system one has to look at. But conditioned living entity thinks that he is supreme, independent, not dependent on anybody. He demands everybody to surrender to him, and everybody should serve him. This is the kind of mode. So again, this is something connected to Rajasthan. Recently there was one news. Rajasthan, of course, you will see camels here in Rajasthan because of the desert. And there is one institution, government institution, which is doing research on camels. And recently they found that the tears that come from the camel, whenever we are happy, there are tears. And whenever we are unhappy, lot of distress, that time also tears will come. So they collected those tears from the camels, and they found that these tears are having the power to counteract the snake bite poison. These tears can counteract the snake poison. Around 23 snakes poison can be counteracted by the tears from the camel. So now they're working on making a medicine out of it. In the villages, many people die out of snake bites. So they want to send all these medicines to all the villages, if possible export and make some dollars and increase the GDP. But the camels have to shed a lot of tears. They are under tremendous pressure. See, you can see how human being is dependent. And without recognizing this, if a human being becomes ingrateful, for example, cow, take the last bit of milk, because you need that, and then immediately send the cow to a slaughterhouse. Such a sinful activity. First of all, you are taking milk, so you are grateful, already you are obligated. And now, if the cow is not able to give milk, then send it to slaughterhouse. What a dangerous, sinful activities. And Prabhupada says, as long as there are slaughterhouses on the face of the earth, it is a ominous sentence, it's like the curse. As long as there are slaughterhouses on the surface of the earth, he says, there will be wars. The human beings will declare wars against each other, and that they kill thousands and thousands of people by throwing missiles and weapons. The way you send cows and animals to slaughterhouses and kill in thousands and thousands, in the same way the material nature also will kill the humans in thousands and millions, as long as the slaughterhouses are there on the face of the earth. If the slaughterhouse is there, it is like a ticking bomb. You will see the sinful reactions are accumulating day after day, and one day it will turn into a big disaster for the human society. Now, so many wars are going on the planet now, and people will think, okay, why so many wars are going on? Why? So, why these sinful reactions are piling up? Because the human being is not understanding that it's such a big sin to take the milk and all the benefits from the animals and then finally send them to slaughterhouses. Such a big dangerous thing it is. So, particularly Rajasthan, these places are very pious. Most of the people, they don't take meat, the vegetarians. By the way, India has the maximum number of vegetarians, and thanks to Rajasthan and some few areas like that. I come from Telangana, 99% are meat eaters. Next to Hyderabad, in the outskirts of Hyderabad, there is a big slaughterhouse, 10,000 cows a day. So we have a big responsibility. But every day we have to do so much Sankirtan. In every street we have to do Sankirtans, street Sankirtans, Nagar Sankirtans, whatever, make people chant. Otherwise, these cities have no hope. There will be devastating effects because of the horrible sinful activities committed against innocent animals which are considered like children. So all obligations are taken care if somebody serves Krishna and renders service to Krishna. Sharanyam, anybody who takes surrenders to Mukunda, then immediately he is freed from these obligations. So if the human beings can take shelter of Mukunda, Krishna, particularly his holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Take shelter of the holy name and don't commit the four sinful activities, then one's progress is guaranteed. We'll stop here. Any questions? There's one question. Yeah. Yeah.
So, my question is, as you said, make products and keep is very important for us. But nowadays we see that there are so many progress regarding thought productivity. Because they see 30% of people can't digest meat because of this sedentary lifestyle, you don't move and all. And so many movements are there, like Sattvic movement and all, they're going that not to take any make products because we can't digest because there's lot of disease. So what about that one?
Yeah, there are movements like vegan movement and so-called Sattvic movement. Without cow milk, there is Sattvic. It is one more trick. Ahmaya. So, like that, why there are so many people are saying milk is not digestible with this and that, or it is causing cancer or this. It's because they're not consuming bona fide cow milk. They're consuming contaminated milk, which is available in the market. And in the market, what they do, they take the milk and contaminate it with innumerable, substances. You cannot even mention all kinds of things they put to make it whitish, creamish, or whatever. They put so many chemicals they put on that. And if you consume that, actually you're not consuming milk, you're consuming a lot of chemicals. And all these chemicals, they go and become cancer. inside the body. We have personal experience in Hyderabad in the ashram. Previously we used to take cow milk from outside because we didn't have any facility. We were too small to have any facilities those days. And so we used to, actually we identified a good cow goshala, and then everything is there, and then by the time the cow milk comes to ashram, we really don't know what will be there inside. So lot of devotees used to fall sick. Surprising actually, because brahmacharis are quite healthy generally. So we saw that everybody is falling sick. Then we changed the vendor. Our own congregation or somebody is there, and then we said, okay, send some cow milk to us. Later on we understood that this cow milk is also some contamination is coming. And so then finally we got the temple ready, and then we happened to have our own goshala. And then so in the temple house it is there, and then little far away from the temple there is a small goshala. And our own devotees very lovingly taking care of the cows. They feed the cow with the good food and this and that. And then third milk is coming to Radha Govindaji, and then to the devotees. Now, the diseases and the problems that I hear from the ashram, from the brahmachari, health issues particularly, they have come down. 90% they have come down. Just by consuming the proper cow milk. The fodder and whatever we give. Wonderful. The original milk of and these cows are from Gujarat and all these are, what do you call that? Ghee. Ghee cows are there. And they give wonderful milk. So we have milk, we have ghee, we have paneer, we have curds, and whatnot. Life has become very nice, colorful. So if you want protein, outsiders, even the doctors are recommending you eat meat. You want B12, you eat meat. Everything that they suggest. And when we go to say any doctor, they say, oh, vegetarian, no hope. They say that. But actually, just by taking little paneer, cow milk based paneer, we get the sufficient protein. Milk itself is very nutritious, proteinous, and the cheese or the butter, ghee, paneer, what kind of varieties. So one can be very healthy, provided they properly follow the system that Krishna gave, the Creator has given. They don't want to follow that, and they want some quick, short rule to a lot of milk and a lot of ghee and that. So then they'll be cheated. So the reaction to all this contaminated milk is what? This Vedan movement, Sattvic movement. They say only reaction. That means, they also drank milk and they had some horrible effects. So they said, okay, milk is not good for humans. They're coming to that kind of a revolutionary, sweeping statement. But actually that's not the fact. If they properly take care of the cows, and then the cow milk will be wonderful, and by consuming, nobody will fall sick. Okay, so we have to educate. We also have to counteract this Maya. But people don't want to take care of the cows because it involves a certain hard work. Cow protection is not easy like that. So they generally go to this buffalo milk halls. People consume buffalo milk, that's a little easier they feel. And but actually Shastra is recommending cow milk. It is said that O Brahmana Hitalcha. And said the buffalo, Brahmana, there is no such statements. But if somebody is taking buffalo milk and surviving on it, you should take care of the buffalo. You should not kill the buffaloes. As soon as we take some service from these animals, the person gets obligated. What kind of milk, that's a separate issue. He becomes obligated, and you should not kill that animal for his sense gratifications. Very simple, highly simple. So we stop there. Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.